Welcome to Homework Answers. We're going through the textbook Programming, Logic, and Design, 8th edition by Joyce Farrell. And in this video, we're covering Chapter 2, Exercise 5B. As always, remember to make the necessary corrections to the solution, because I change a few things here and there. They're just like numbers or names, very basic stuff. And if you have the book, it's easy to switch it out. And I believe this problem only requires a hierarchy chart, but I've got it coded out here. And so what we're trying to find here is the profit when we have a sales price on an item and a purchase price. And we have to include the tax as well. So imagine maybe like a dealership or I don't know, someplace. And let's go ahead and start with the hierarchy chart here. So we've got main program, and then we've got our housekeeping function. And inside of that, the first thing that the user is going to interact with is to get the sales price. So they're going to enter that. Next, we're going to have our detail loop function, and inside of that, we're going to check for the sentinel value, because what's going to happen is we don't know how many transactions are going to happen today. And if we did, we would probably consider using a for loop. But we do have a while loop in here because it could be any amount. Who knows? And so we're going to make sure that we haven't entered that value to exit the loop and end the program. And if it has not been entered, we're going to execute everything, everything inside the loop is going to run. And so we've got next compute tax, then we've got compute the sales price, and then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to ask for the purchase price. And so from there we've got an equation to compute the profit. After that, we're going to display the summaries. And next, still inside of the loop, we're going to ask for the sales price again. Now this is a new transaction. And as long as we don't enter that sentinel value, the loop's going to run again. But if we do, we're going to go to the end of job function and display a message. And up here I've just got thank you for your time. So let's go ahead and look at the code up here. I made some notes. Page 64 to 66 explain the hierarchy charts. I don't think the book is detailed enough personally, and I don't think there's enough detail online either, so good luck with that. I've got some variables and a constant declared here. We've got the sales tax, it's always the same, 7.5%. The book might be different, so check that and change it if necessary. Then I've got a variable for tax, so whenever we find out what the tax is, it'll be stored in this variable. And then we've got one for sales price, purchase price, and profit. All of these are initialized to 0. Next, we've got our first input, so this is the first thing the user is going to see and be able to interact with the program with, and that's to ask for the sales price. This is the $, by the way. And next we're going to have the calculation section. So the first thing we'll have is the start of the while loop, and the condition is that as long as you don't enter a -1 right here for the sales price, then the loop will happen. Everything inside of here will be run. So we've got an equation for tax, and that's of course sales price times the sales tax, which is declared up here as 7.5%. And then we've got sales price plus equals. Now remember that sales price plus equals is the same as saying sales price equals sales price plus then the stuff in the parentheses. But it's just simpler to say sales price plus equals and then in parentheses sales price times sales tax. Next we've got our area to prompt the user to enter a purchase price and a place for them to do so. After that we've got our equation for profit. So now we're going to tie everything up. We've already got our sales price, our tax, and our purchase price entered, so now we can find the profit. So profit equals sales price minus the purchase price. So after that, remember in our hierarchy chart, we're going to have a place to display the summaries. So there they are. The tax is going to be displayed. I've set the precision to 2 and put fixed because I want 2 decimal places, not just 2 numbers, so I used fixed as well. You have to have this include IOMAN IP in the header there in order to use these, by the way. Next, we're going to output the profit, and then we're going to have just a little message at the end, thank you for your business. And now we've got a possible new transaction, so we're going to see if we're going to stay in this loop. So we're going to have a place to once again enter the sales price. And so if I enter a -1, then it's going to exit the loop and put out thank you for your time. So that's it for this one. Let's go ahead and run it and check this out. So the sales price, let's say it is a dealership. Pricey car. And the purchase price, let's say I got it down to like 52,487.9. So the tax on the purchase is going to be $4,500, and the profit that's made from this transaction is $12,010. And see how I have 2 decimal places here. That's done by this. And then we've got a new entry, so let's see, maybe this one's a cheaper car. 678.23. Let's do 38, 34, and 8. So the tax on it is going to be $3,050.87. The profit from this transaction is $5,394.30. Thank you for your business. Now, if I want to exit the loop, remember that sentinel value there, -1, and thank you for your time. Right there, and the program ended. So that looks good with this one. I believe that's it for the problem. Yep, looks like we're good. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.